Hello, today I want to talk to you about the echo of a choice, the choice of listening between your head and your heart. What happens when your heart is speaking to you to make a decision? However, your mind is telling you to do something else. Your mind is always speaks louder than your heart. And that's the reason for that is because your mind is the center of your nervous system and it always senses danger. Unfortunately, it's not always correct in what danger actually is. I want to share with you about Alex, who had a big decision and how he navigated between his head and his heart. Alex's apartment is nearly empty now. Boxes are stacked against the walls. They're labeled in a hurried handwriting. The scent of old coffee lingers in the air from his morning's untouched cup. Outside, the city hums a familiar tune of cars rushing by, laughter spilling from the cafe down the street, and the muffled music of a busker playing a song Alex has heard 100 times. He sits on the floor, legs crossed, staring at the plane ticket beside him. The flight is in a few hours. He should be so excited. This is what he wanted, wasn't it? But why does his chest feel tight? The voices begin in his mind and his heart. You can't back out now, the voice in his head says firm and steady. You've worked way too hard for this. This is the smart move. But what if it isn't? What if it's not what I really want? His heart whispers, softer but insistent. What if I'm chasing something that won't make me happy? Alex exhales slowly. He has spent weeks convincing himself that this is the right decision. The new job, the new city, the prestige of the job. But what if he's been running towards something that won't actually fulfill him? So, in taking time to consider, he closes his eyes and he lets the memories come. The way his best friend laughed, head thrown back, the two of them sitting in their usual spot in the cafe down the street. The familiarity of the city, its little imperfections, how he always knew which streetlight would flicker, which diner had the best late night coffee. The job he's leaving behind, it certainly wasn't perfect, but it had warmth, coworkers who knew him, and a rhythm that felt like home. But then he thinks about why he wanted to leave. The restlessness, the feeling of stagnation, the need for something bigger, the need for something more. The late nights wondering if he was wasting his potential. The way he told himself over and over again that this new job would be a fresh start. He runs his hand through his hair, frustration building. If you stay, you'll regret it. The voice in his head is very sharp now. You will always wonder what could have been. But if I leave, I might lose something I can't get back, his heart said. What if I'm trading comfort for emptiness? A phone call pulls him from his thoughts. Hey, his best friend crackles through the phone. You almost ready? Alex hesitates. There's a beat of silence. I think so. He wanted to say more, wants to ask, do you think I'm making a big mistake? But he knows no one else can answer that for him. He looks at the plane ticket again. The choice is his. And so despite the hesitation, despite the whispers of doubt, he boards the plane. If we look at Alex a year later, the city that he is now in is beautiful. The skyline stretches endlessly. The job is everything he was promised. It was high pay, prestige, and endless opportunities. But something is missing. The loneliness hums beneath every conversation. The longing lingers in the quiet moments. He scrolls through old photos, his best friend, the cafe, the city streets that once felt like his home. You made the right choice, the voice in his head says, a little more quieter now, but it's still there. Look at all you've achieved. Then why do you feel like something is missing? His heart whispers, even patient, ever patient. He stares out the window, watching the city lights flicker. Maybe the hardest choices don't have the right answer, only consequences that we learn to live with. But maybe, just maybe, he was never meant to have both. Are you currently battling between your voice in your head and your heart? As you noticed, Alex still is at the process of determining which one was right, and maybe neither one were right. If you're battling this, please go to mammothedge.com and take the life assessment. I would love to help you translate what is being said by your head and your heart and look to your future. Thank you.